Hi, welcome to Chiefkirk Outdoors. Now today I've got a couple of different things I want to show you, and it involves my little Red Camp alcohol stove. Now I recently made a video and where I had just discovered that the bottle of heat, the yellow bottle of heat, which makes a really hot burning fire in your alcohol stove, is full of harmful chemicals, and you don't want to be eating stuff off of that flame that was cooked over that flame. Now, what I did was I went ahead and swapped over to some alcohol. This is the denatured alcohol. What I was going to do, I was going to pour the can of denatured alcohol into my yellow bottle and just keep it. But to save confusion, I was at the flea market the other day and run across this thing right here. Now this is a little, I guess you'd call it a whiskey flask. I'm not real sure what you'd call it, but it's kind of ironic that it was made to put alcohol in, and that's what I'm going to use for my alcohol, for my denatured alcohol. So it was used for alcohol, it was made for alcohol, it's going to be used for alcohol, which I think is kind of cool. But this particular one, I never seen a design like that. I don't know where that came from, but I bought it at a flea market the other day and give a whole $1 for it, so this thing will work real good. Now, there's something else I wanted to show you as I unpackage my stove. I got a fella the other day, one of my guys that watched one of my YouTube videos, sent me a reply on my video, and he was a really nice fella, and he made me feel really stupid. Now it's hard to admit when you do something stupid, but I'm going to do that right now. I know you guys are going to be laughing and saying, what a maroon. Sometimes things are so obvious that you don't see them. They're hidden behind being obvious, if that makes any sense. Now, I had did a video where I used this little stove. And I also, if you can remember that any of those videos, I made a little wire thing to lay across these so that you could set a cup on it, because this cup will fall down in this. And I thought, okay, that was pretty smart, hillbilly engineer, and I did that. That's cool. Then this guy sends me a text, or not a text, but on my message, and said, all you have to do is turn this thing upside down. I went, seriously? First thing I did was I got up, I went and dug up my stove, and I set it down like that, and I set this over top of it, and I noticed that hole in the bottom, and I noticed it fit over that just perfectly, and I went, well, what do you know? So anyhow, again, made me feel stupid. But you live and learn, right? Okay, now I've got fuel in this already. I just wanted to show you this neat little trick I found. And what I'm going to do is, I haven't tried this trick, and I'm going to do that right now. I need some fresh coffee. So And I should have plenty enough. Well, let's see. That's kind of low. Let me see how this works. I'm going to set that down because it's going to fall off if I don't. I put it down pretty tight so it wouldn't. Hope y'all can see what I'm doing. Perfect. All right. I like this little thing right here. That's a neat trick. Now, I'm going to set it right here. And I'm going to ignite it with my ferro rod. Now, I could do that with my Bic lighter, but this is more fun. It's more outdoorsy. I just took one strike, and I can feel the heat coming from it already. Now, what I'm going to do, so I'm going to set the little pot, the little stand over it. That's neat. I wish I'd have thought of that. Then I wouldn't be so embarrassed about being stupid. Now I'm going to use this cup that I bought at Walmart. Now, I don't know for sure if this denatured alcohol will blacken this cup or not. Now I know the heat doesn't. I mean, it stays clean. So what I did was I went ahead, I don't know how well you can see that, but on the bottom and around the sides here, I took a bar of soap. And if you do that, even over a campfire, if you just soap the whole thing up really good, when it comes off your campfire, it's going to be black, but when you put it in the wash, when you wash it in the sink, it'll come off, which is kind of odd. I learned that trick years ago in the Boy Scouts. Now I'm going to pour some water in here. I'm going to set it on here. Let me see, that thing is burning good. We'll set this right on here. Now it's not very windy today, so I don't need any kind of a frame around it. And I've got one that I made homemade to do this with in case it's windy. And I also ordered one. It hadn't arrived yet, a store-bought version. So anyhow, while this thing is heating up, I'm going to shut you off, and when it comes up to temperature, which shouldn't be but about 5 minutes or so, I'll bring you back and we'll go from there. Stand by. Okay, I'm going to call this one close enough. Water is slow boil, plenty hot enough for me to do what I need. Now, I've got a little packet of instant coffee here that I absolutely love, and it's a whole lot easier than trying to use one of them fancy coffee making machines. So I'm going to pour this in my cup, which is my favorite cup. And I'm going to pour my water into my cup. Folks, I got to apologize. My battery went dead just as I was pouring my coffee, which I went ahead and put it in my cup so it wouldn't get cold. And it is good. It is very good. So, I learned something about this little trick right here. like I said, sometimes things are so obvious that you can't see them. And it was very obvious for that. Now, I also want to say that it took a little longer to get my water up to temperature because it's pretty cool out here. It's probably in the 40s. So I'm going to go ahead and snuff out my stove, put everything up, go inside where it's nice and warm. Thanks for joining me on this. I hope I taught you something through my mistakes. Have a good one. Thank you for joining me. God bless you. Don't forget, tell somebody you love them, because tomorrow may be too late. See you next time.